Hello, my friends, and welcome back. It seems like today is the day of good news, and I just posted a video, uploaded a video with one of the leaders of the Azov battalion being allowed to speak with his wife, which is a good thing. He's held by the Russians, obviously, and this one is a humanitarian related good news. Let's read it. It comes from Reuters, May 25th, 2022. This is the title: Russia ready to set up corridor for ships leaving Ukraine with food with conditions. Certainly. Well, they said this before, and they said something about ease the sanctions if they want this to happen. So I wonder if they communicated and got to a certain kind of agreement. I'm still waiting for certain ships from NATO to come over and try to break or push through the blockade. I don't know if they will take a chance to be shot at and therefore get involved. But I think that's going to be the end result of that blockade. We'll have some naughty people who will provoke the Russians who are blocking the ports, and ships, vessels that had nothing to do in the area, knowing there's a war. But let's see what's going on with this article. A solution to food problem requires vast approach, Moscow said. This includes lifting of some sanctions from Russia. Yeah, and they need some sanctions lifted. Moscow is in touch with the UN on the issue. Mariupol port is operating normally after demining, Moscow stated. All right, so that's good. Mariupol can be used, so not Odessa. Russia is ready to provide a humanitarian corridor for vessels carrying food to leave Ukraine in return for the lifting of some sanctions, the Interfax news agency cited Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Andrei Rudenko as saying on Wednesday. Ukraine's Black Sea ports have been blocked since Russia sent thousands of troops into Ukraine, and more than 20 million tons of grain are stocked in silos in the country. Russia and Ukraine account for nearly a third of global wheat supplies, and the lack of significant grain exports from Ukraine ports is contributing to a growing global food crisis. Ukraine is also a major exporter of corn and sunflower oil. Western powers have been discussing the idea of setting up safe corridors. Now they came with the idea for grain exports from Ukraine's ports, adding that any such corridor would need Russian consent. And I'm quoting, "We have repeatedly stated on this point that a solution to the food problem requires a comprehensive approach." I hate that comprehensive word. You know why? Because the Democrats are using it here in the United States, comprehensive gun reform, comprehensive this reform. And when I hear it, it's like, you know what, no reform, how about you just let it be, don't touch it, or release the rights and let me have more rights. Comprehensive, that means comprehensive. So when I hear comprehensive, I know it's not the context here, but it's still, that word bothers me, including the lifting of sanctions that have been imposed on Russian exports and financial transactions. Rudenko was quoted as saying, and I'm quoting again, and it also requires the demining by the Ukrainian side of all ports where ships are anchored. So yeah, they did that. Russia is ready to provide the necessary humanitarian passage, which it does every day, end quote. I don't know about that. Russia is in touch with the United Nations on the issue, Rudenko was quoted as saying by another news agency. Russia and Ukraine accuse each other of planting drifting mines in the Black Sea. It says here that Rudenko was also quoted by Interfax as saying that possible escort by Western ships of Ukraine vessels carrying grain would, and I'm quoting, seriously exacerbate the situation in the Black Sea. Of course, you don't want Navy come over there because it's going to just is the foot in the door. And the next one, we're here, what are they going to do about it? Britain said on Tuesday that there are no plans to send British warships to help get food exports out of the blockaded Ukrainian ports of Odessa. port of Odessa. Odessa on the Black Sea is Ukraine's main deep water port. On the shallow water Azov Sea, Russia's defense minister said on Wednesday that the port of Mariupol, the Ukrainian city which was taken by Russia, is operating normally after Russian forces completed removing mines from there. Yeah, so they want to get some under their control. They don't want to get the Ukrainians really involved. They want them, the Russians, to be involved and control the dispense of grain. No surprise here. I don't know if you're surprised there, but not surprised here. And the thing with, it says here that Britain has no intention. It was that very, very knowledgeable and experienced foreign minister of, I don't know if you call her that way, foreign affairs or something in Great Britain, Liz Truss, who said that, yeah, we think about that. Yeah, okay. You think about it and see where that gets you. So now we find in this article that no, we're not going to do that. So now I don't know who's who, what's what, good cop, bad cop policy or what. We'll find out. The thing is, it's good that at least again the Russians are providing an option, saying, okay, we are willing to do this, but we need cooperation from the other side. So we'll find if the other side say, no, we're not gonna do that, but we're gonna do something else. That's the art of the deal, right? The negotiation abilities, and you have to have something that you can use to negotiate. You know, so something that the other side wants. In this case, they want grain. The Russians are doing just fine, so I'm thinking that, you know, for the Western face of thing, they have to cut a deal with the Russians. So they will then say, both sides will say, we saved the world, we made them do this, we negotiated, we're so good, man. The same, the Russians will say, no, we were the one that were making concessions because of the good of the world, and the other one say, no, it was us. The same as with Mariupol, Azovstal steel plant. They all thanked the Red Cross, they all thanked the United Nations, but they didn't thank the Russians for not, you know, it's just, do you think those guys would have been still alive if the Russians did not want them to be alive? But would have, if the Russians would have done such a thing, that would have been a bad move for potential propaganda, or not potential, but no, PR campaign. So nevertheless, it's good if this happens, but they will hold this up as long as they can, because the Russians are not losing anything. The ones that are losing are the Ukrainians and the other countries that are affected by the grain exports. So we'll find out. But at least they talk. Thank you very much, or at least I think they talk. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See ya.